Hi everyone at Faith Baptist. This is the first of what I plan to send out each Wednesday as a midweek devotional. I think for updates from now on, if it's just information, we'll send that out in written form. But we will send little videos and written devotionals out each week to keep us in touch in between Sundays and to try to offer some help and encouragement along the way. And today I want to focus on patience. And I chose patience because of how much I know that I need to grow mine this season. I had a morning this week where I was going to take the kids for the first chunk of the day so that Amy could go to her office downstairs and work, and then we would switch. And I don't know what it was about this day, but neither girl was going to do anything I asked them. Instead, they were just going to do the opposite about everything all the time. And you know you're in for a good day when you start with something like this, which is where the toddler gave me a little something to remind me that maybe her nails ought to be cut a little more often. And just nothing went right this day. And strangely enough, it didn't matter how much I raised my voice or explained the problem to them or threatened, it just did not do me any good at all. And so by the time Amy and I switched and I headed downstairs to work, my brain was just mush because I was cranky. Partially at the kids for being difficult, but mostly at me for not having the patience to have made that a better morning for us all. And you know, we're all having very different experiences with this time of social distancing and isolation. I know I'm pretty tired after a couple weeks of simultaneous working and parenting preschoolers. Some of you have the opposite problem. You're bored. And others are anxiously waiting for the chance to get back at your work, your hobbies, things that are important to you, people you can't see. And we all need patience in that. There's a dictionary definition for patience that says that it's the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. And that's not bad, but actually I think it goes deeper than that. At a spiritual level, patience is the ability to accept your lack of control over a situation and trust God in the midst of that. See, I can't control what other people do or what the state of the world is. But I know I want certain things, and when I can't make them happen, that annoys me. So I can let that build up into anxiety and frustration or even despair, or I can try to bring God into this and look for what He might be up to. See, Proverbs 19:11 says that a person's wisdom yields patience. And I think that's important. We don't necessarily become more patient by just having more practice in difficult situations. Spending more time with uncooperative kids does not automatically make me or anybody else more patient people. We become more patient when we get better at remembering that God is God and we are not. Our agenda is not actually what's most important. We can't make things go according to our will. Wise people don't try to keep forcing their desires to happen no matter what. They can accept that their way may not work right now, and pay attention instead to see what God's way might be. In Isaiah 55:9, God reminds us, "As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Sometimes you wake up thinking your day is going to be about one thing, but things just won't go that way, and there's nothing you can do to make it work. And you may start to become frustrated or anxious or defeated or angry. And I think the wise approach is to see that, you know what, God's plan for today is just different than mine was. And maybe I can try to get on board with His. That goes a long way toward building patience, especially in these very unusual times. So I'll try to live that out at home with my family as best I can as I shepherd the church through this in the ways I know how. And I hope you'll find ways to grow patience in the circumstances that you're in. Because none of us can just make things happen our own way right now. And if we don't grow our patience, then what's that going to mean? It's going to mean a lot of yelling at kids. It's going to mean testy exchanges between husbands and wives, cranky phone calls with family and friends, maybe online rants. And, you know, the world doesn't need more of any of those things. I know that's not what you want in your household. So may we all be wise enough to accept that our plan may just be on hold and to look for what God is doing, the ways that God is at work in what's going on around us. Let me just offer you a prayer that may be of help to you today. Let's pray together. Father, you are God, and I am not. Please give me the wisdom to realize that my agenda for today may not be the same as yours, and make me open to changing my plans without frustration or bitterness. Help me to be patient with the people closest to me. Help me to be gracious to those I interact with, especially if they aren't being as helpful to me as I would prefer. May I be wise to see that your ways and your plans are different than mine, so that I'm open to changing my goals and my desires in order to see the good that you want to give me today. Give me eyes to see you at work so that I can have patience in all circumstances and hope for tomorrow. Amen.